So, I have an update. It's kind of a lot to say, and I felt like it was probably best to just do a video post for it. But I think I've really decided on how I want to bind my book. I like the idea of the 3 signatures, and I initially started with cutting down the size of my book, because I think I have a draft here for that. Initially, I had the 8.5 by 5.5 side. This is my draft sheet. That's me. That I handed out. And because the poems are short, I mean, most of them are less than a page on this size, I decided to cut the page size down so that the book will have a little bit more bulk. So I feel like it gives the impression that actually work was put into it. It almost just looks like it was thrown together when it isn't very thick. So my page sizes are going to be this size, which is just this folded in half. So it's a fourth of the 8.5 by 11 size. And my initial idea for 3 signatures, this actually just fell apart, was what I think Bernie told me is called a French door binding, but it wasn't quite perfected, so that it was folded, but the separate signatures kind of hit each other. They weren't close together. And Bernie gave me the idea to modify that, so he handed me just an accordion folded piece of paper and said that I could put the signatures in the inner parts. And I thought about how to close that because it wouldn't fold on in itself because it's the accordion fold. It'll have that accordion feature. And I had the idea that if I worked on that, the same with the 3 signatures, I could weave ribbon into the cover. And that the ribbon would be a pretty thing on the outside of it that I could then tie and close the book. My first attempt at that went okay, but because of the accordion fold, even though the front of the book was closed, the back, where you can see the sewing for the signatures, kind of flopped open, so had this weird triangular horn thing going on. I just imagine it being kind of like horns. So I then decided to weave the ribbon as I had planned, but on the far sides, attach ribbon that would be tied on both sides, and then weave the ribbon throughout the rest, so it still has that aesthetic effect. And I like that a lot. For the pictures you're going to see, it's a really weird color combination. I honestly just went in town and grabbed the cheapest ribbon that I could that was about the same width I wanted it to be, and it's like this weird olive green and red X pattern, I don't know. But it was worth it for just trying to do a mock-up of what I'm planning. So I do like this a lot, and I think it'll be nice with the poems. And because, for one, I like making origami boxes anyways, and I know I can do other paper boxes, I want to make a box for the book to go in, so that the actual printed cover page will be on the top of the box, and then you open it, and it will be the book that is tied, and that can be opened, and the 3 signatures are separated because they are distinct entities. There's first person, second person, and third person. But they still are somewhat cohesive in that they're all prose poems written by me. There's not really a theme. The second person ones can have a theme a little bit, but the rest of them are a little all over the place. So I think this will work. My only issue with the dummy is that I needed bigger paper. I've been writing down all of my measurements. I'm looking for them until my head's in here. Or just plans. I was planning a bit. There you go. So I need it to be probably 26.25 inches long, the sheet of paper for that cover stock. And the paper we have is 25.5 inches. So that was a little bit short. And I probably want even longer because I might want to fold over the edges so it's just neater. I like folded edges more than I like raws of paper. It's just a personal thing. So I'm pretty sure I can find bigger paper somewhere or find somebody to modify. I'll have to talk to Bernie again and show him the dummy and see what he thinks. Beyond that, just editing and adding more work, just a little bit more so I can get the polymer plates made. I'm pretty excited. I actually feel like I'm getting stuff done and not stuck in a rut. I'm very inspired right now. And I think that's the best feeling, you know? After being sort of inspired, but not really, and dragging. And then being so inspired that you just want to do everything and try everything. Because you just have this need. I have that need right now. And it feels good. And I feel like this project is going to be something that I'm proud of for the construction and the writing and design. I look forward to it. Well, I'll update later.